All right, now my man DJ Cassidy called me, and DJ Cassidy, every time he
Hey,
calls is when something big is coming up. And he got some big news
facts.
he wants to talk to us about. We already made an announcement, but he's going to elaborate on it. Matter of fact, Tracy, let's go ahead and continue with the Celebrity Wire, man. And since I just said his name, DJ Cassidy, and he's doing something really huge with BET. I think we got him on the line right now. I'm going to see if I could pull him up as an extended version of Celebrity Wire. Ladies and gentlemen,
Woo!
we have the curator, the creator, the visionary, the pioneer, the vanguard, the one and only DJ Cassidy, the inventor of Pass the Mic, is here. Cassidy! Cassidy!
Cassidy!
What up? Yo,
What
that was
up?
the best introduction ever. I love you guys.
Hey, man. Look, man, first and foremost, it's great to hear your voice. DJ
Yes,
Cassidy,
it
Likewise.
is.
he's family to us, and I don't even know what to say, man. We watched you build this Pass the Mic from ground up before the world fully knew, fully comprehended what it was about. You still put in that work, and it helped heal a lot of people during this pandemic, man. That Pastor Mike got a lot of us through this pandemic, and now it's only elevated from here, man. I know the announcement has already been made, but, man, can you retell this big announcement, this big deal you did?
So, after only 4 episodes of Pass the Mic, after passing the mic to over 125 legendary artists, after celebrating 81 legendary songs, I have partnered with BET for 6 Pass the Mic specials
Woo!
to air throughout 2021.
Wow.
And the first of the 6 airs this Saturday, March 27th at 10 p.m., directly following the NAACP Image Awards on BET.
My goodness.
Wow. Y'all heard that,
And
citizens?
Sway,
Yes.
Wow.
I must tell you, when you talk about how you've watched the journey and you've seen it grow, it warms my heart because you have. You texted me after you saw Volume 1 back in early July. And it really is a surreal thought to think about how far this little idea has come. In January, I produced 2 Pass the Mic segments for the presidential inauguration. And one segment aired in the afternoon special, and one segment aired in the evening special. And the next day, the Presidential Inaugural Committee told me that 40 million people had seen those 2 segments.
Wow.
And I literally had a tear in my eye because I started this in July as a way to, A, be creative, as a way to, B, celebrate my musical heroes, and C, to celebrate the everyday heroes around the world. And to hear that people have had such an emotional reaction to the show and continue to have that reaction is really mind-blowing. I never imagined it to be that.
Man, it's divine, bro. It's what you do with music. Music is medicine, and you found a way to line up a bunch of bottles of medicine, good medicine, organic. It's no synthetics in this medicine. This medicine is from the soil. When what you've done, man, the way you've curated this is you brought people together at one of the most challenging times in this country's history, in this world's history, and you didn't do it for any other reasons, but in my opinion, to bring folks together, and plus your love of music and these artists. It makes so much sense to me.
100%.
Yeah, it makes so
100%.
much. Yeah, and that's why it's working. You can do this for the rest of your life, man. You can do a Pass the Mic for the rest of your life, DJ Cassidy.
I have so many
Straight up.
episodes lined up. I have so many episodes and themes and eras and categories that 6 is really just only the beginning. You talk about my love of music, and you're precisely right. My love of music and my love of these artists. I'm so blessed that I have relationships with so many of my musical heroes. And I really wanted to give people that feeling of connecting with your musical heroes. I get to talk to some of my musical heroes on the phone sometimes. You know how crazy that is, that I know Run from Run DMC? Like, how nuts is that?
That's crazy.
So I wanted to give people that feeling And through Pass the Mic, I think people connect with their musical heroes in this personal way like never before. And I think that's what people really feel, you know?
Hey, Cassidy, let me ask you this. Has anyone been apprehensive about doing it and then saw it and went, okay, I'm down to do it now?
I think at the beginning, no one really knew what I was talking about. And when I recruited all the artists for Volume 1, which was Verdine White, Philip Bailey, Cheryl Lynn, Howard Hewitt, Ray Parker Jr., Saida Garrett, I only called people whom I knew because they had to trust me. You know, they had to understand that I wasn't going to lead them somewhere bad and take a leap of faith, and they did. And then moving forward, as I called people, more and more people had seen the show, so it became a little easier. I'll tell you one person. I was trying to get Keith Sweat for a long time for Volume 3. So for those who haven't seen, Volume 3 was a celebration of the R&B music of the late 80s to the early 90s. And you could call it the New Jack Swing era. And so Keith Sweat, Teddy Riley, Boyz II Men, all 6 members of New Edition, TLC, and Vogue. And I wanted Keith Sweat to open this show. And he hadn't seen it. And I had so many people call Keith. Dougie Fresh called Keith. Johnny Gill called Keith. So many people called Keith to explain to him what the show was and tell him, yo, you got to watch this. And once he watched it and got on the phone with me, he said, of course. And so, you know, it's really been about trying to get people who haven't seen it to hit play. And once they hit play, it all comes to life.
That is. And the other thing you're doing, which I can appreciate, is you're giving a lot of these artists a new lease on their careers. Well, a lot of folks ain't tapping into them like they should be. Evelyn Champagne King. You know what I mean? Like Denise Williams, Jody Watley. These people are legendary. And by doing this, you're bringing more attention to a whole new, fresh generation of listeners and viewers. And then also, when you do the Pass the Mic, similar to Versus, I know a lot of their music starts to get relived, rebought. People are streaming it. You know, did you expect that effect?
You know, when I started this, I didn't think all that much about it. I had this idea and I jumped right in. But as I continued, it became very clear through watching Instagram and just through having your ear to the culture that you began to hear these songs more here and there, and people got excited by these songs and people wanted to listen to these songs the next day. And it became very clear that what you just explained was happening. And no, at the beginning, it wasn't something I envisioned. I hadn't thought that much in advance. And, you know, you say it kind of reminds people. And the truth is, these songs are so omnipresent in our lives that sometimes we don't stop and think, who's the artist? Now, some of the artists, of course, we know their name, their background, who they are, where they came from, and some we don't. But the songs are always with us. And we all know the words to these songs. I never include a song in an episode if I don't already know all the words. I don't study the songs to take part in the song. If I don't already know it, if it's not already in me, it's not the right song. And we all know these records by heart. We all do. All ages, all kinds of people, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. And so what's amazing is exactly what you said, that we know the songs, and in some cases, we're not so familiar with the artist. And once you put the face to the song, the face to the words, it really brings a new life to the record. And then people just want to hear it more and more and more.
I love it, man. DJ Cassidy, man, this dude should be doing audiobooks too. Don't you think, Tracy? I feel like
to the maximum, man. This is an orator.
Man, I love
Wait,
it,
let
man.
me tell you, you are a leader of the culture. I've known you for a while. You've been to all my parties, and just really, I must tell you this before we go. To hear you talk about Pass the Mic always gives me chills, because I look up to you as a real leader and I guess the word I'm looking for is professor. You're like a professor of the culture, and for you to be talking about Pass the Mic and what I've done over the past year just always makes the hairs on my arms stand up. So I thank you.
Oh,
Wow.
Damn.
Aw, that's
Come on,
real.
man.
That's
Hey,
love. That's love.
Man, I'm hugging you right now, Cassidy. I love what you do, brother. And that's and I'm a take professor of the culture, HB. What do you think of that?
Hey, Cassidy, we always, what's up? It's Heather. How you doing, family?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. We always try to come up with words for Sway, but I don't think I ever heard professor. That might stick, Dr. Sway. You might need that.
Professor of the culture. Cassidy, thank you for your words, man. I really appreciate your words. You're 100% thorough with me, man. And then Steve Rifkin, too. And then Jesse Collins over there at BET. They did a great thing. They did a great thing by partnering up with you on this one. And I want to tell all the citizens, make sure you watch Pass the Mic. It's the BET After Party. It's premiering directly following the 52nd Annual NAACP Image Awards. That's Saturday, March 27th. Saturday, March 27th. Man, I know it's going to be crazy. I'm just going to wait to see who's on it, and I'll be texting you, Cassidy. Okay?
Please do. I love you guys. Thank you for having me, as always. You guys are the best.
Love you
Every
too.
time, man. Y'all follow him at DJ Cassidy, and make sure you support his work. He's 100% thorough, and he's a citizen.
A Sway in the morning.
All right.